Hi, this is Doug with IdahoMMA.com. I'm here with Darrell Flores at Fearless MMA in Nampa. Thank you again, Darrell, for your time. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, man. I always appreciate you, Doug. Always.
Hey, we've been friends a long time, and this is like my coming out party, I guess. You know,
yeah.
I've been sort of.
It's been a while.
I've been on vacation for a while, but I'm glad it.
Yeah, you got a full beard now.
Yeah, check that out. And so, hey, what's going on with Fearless MMA here in Nampa?
It's a new gym that I opened with a buddy of mine, Brandon Nichols. In January of this year, put a lot of work into it, me and him, and he had a lot of work stuff come up, a lot of family stuff come up. So I ended up taking the gym over and kind of creating my own little paradise and hopefully the beginning of a huge franchise one day.
Well, as far as gyms go, I mean, you've trained at a lot of the high-level gyms in the Treasure Valley and probably around the Northwest. With that experience, I mean, what does that bring here to Fearless MMA?
Well, I was blessed with the opportunities of going and traveling with and training with Thomas Denny. In Denver, Colorado, training with NHB in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and with the guys down at Greg Jackson's camp. Ended up training with Uriah Faber down in Sacramento, training Gresham with Team Quest and stuff. And I've been all over the place, man. I've been able to take the great qualities of all those amazing coaches and all those amazing athletes and martial artists, and I've been able to maintain a good relationship with my fighters that I've had from sidekicks and stuff like that, and I took what I really needed and what's made me successful in all those gyms, and I implemented in my coaching and my training here at Fearless MMA. So.
Well, just being here tonight, I can tell that you're making a difference in everybody's lives here, and that's something that's pretty much standard Darrell Flores, because ever since I've known you, that's what you've done. How does that make you feel as a person, to be able to give back? I mean, you're relatively, what are you, 18, 19, 20? Something like that. I mean, you're young.
I'm a young kid.
But you're bringing this experience to these young adults. How does that make you feel?
Honestly, man, it's incredible to be able to wake up every day and knowing you're making, people's lives better. You're making a change in other people that normally they wouldn't make. Normally somebody wouldn't get up, at 4 o'clock in the morning and go run because it's going to make them a little bit healthier for the gym and stuff. And not only that, I like to teach life lessons along with everyday martial arts lessons in my gym. I like to teach that it pays to be a good person. It pays off to be a very honest person, and your integrity, the way you act when it's just you and no eyes are on you. When your integrity is really high, and so I really like to preach that, and not only preach it, but I really like to practice it, myself, because it's really hard to do it, rather than just say it and make it sound good,
Awesome. That's awesome. We were talking earlier that you're in the middle of a weight cut. So let's talk about weight cut. That means there's got to be a fight coming up. What's up for Darrell Flores here in the future?
Yeah, I got a co-main event. Jesse Brock's headlining the fight. Dude's incredible. I couldn't pick a better fighter to be able to set the pace for. As far as a local guy, me and Chuck Fordyce are fighting May 15th at the CenturyLink Arena for Front Street 5. Chuck Fordyce is always a tough dude. He's willing to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, and it's really super admirable. I've been friends with Chuck for years, and I really like the guy. I really like him. He's a very honest, very good dude, and he's actually been one of the people that has been able to help me with some personal issues in the past, and that's something that I really appreciate, in another human being, is just even a shoulder to cry on, or some recognition that you're doing the right thing. So he's a really good dude. And yeah, weight cut, man. Weight cut's always bad. Actually, shout out to my wife, Jessica Quimby. She's making steak right now, potatoes. I'm gonna go home and
smell it.
Smell it. Take a big long whiff. Ask her to describe what it tastes like, and then I'm gonna go home and eat my grapefruit, my ruby red grapefruit. It tastes good. No, it doesn't.
Well, let's get back to your fight. Now, you mentioned you're friends with Chuck. Now, I've seen it on other shows and here locally when you have to fight somebody that maybe is a friend of yours. It is a sport. At the end of the day, you're going to shake hands and hug it out, right?
Right.
But what's it like? You're a professional mixed martial artist fighting a friend. What's that like?
Honestly, it's the biggest honor to be able to fight a friend, somebody who's going to bring it. And with Chuck Fordyce, he's one of those guys that I love training with because he's so passionate of the sport. And so you can't not respect the guy. There's just so much that goes into being a martial artist, and one of those things is putting it all on the line. And so it's art with the body. You're making art. You're making music with 1-2s. If you sit down and you listen to a playback of the shots that land or the shots that don't land, and the breaths that people take, and the patterns of people's movement and feet, it really is incredible, man, to look at it that way, as opposed to looking at it as controlled violence, right? Looking at it as two dogs going into a cage and just ripping each other apart. There's actually so much beyond that makes the sport so beautiful, and I love when people tell me that they don't like the sport because it's too violent, because it means that I can soak up more of it myself, because I see it as the same way a pianist sees the piano. It's just a musical instrument that makes art. I see that same thing when I step into the cage. It's just a different world for me.
Now, you say you step into the cage. Here at Fearless MMA, you established a great group of fighters to help you for this camp. Talk about the guys that you've got and the gals that you have here, and how they push you and make it all work for you.
Honestly, man, I get beat up every day in training. I get beat up every day. Manuel Lopez from Two Cities, he comes in and he puts it on me, man. He makes me fight harder, train harder. My boxing's getting a lot better. Train with Tommy Turner, Tommy the Muscle Shark. Shout out my homie, love you, bro. Tommy's really helped me out with my hands and my timing, my head movement. So I really appreciate him. People like Kenny Macias. He's also a sponsor of mine from Elite Wireless here in Nampa. And he's another one of my stand-up guys. And Tyler Freeland, he's one of my good friends. I consider him a brother. And these guys just push me really hard. I have a lot of females in my gym that actually push me in other ways, that the guys can't, with encouragement and with the ability to just keep going. When we spar the girls, our female martial artists are martial artists first and foremost. They don't, we don't take it easy on them. They don't take it easy on us, and that's what it should be, man. A woman coming into the sport, they should be treated as a martial artist and not a woman, not a girl, because we have some girls here that
punch in the nose.
Yeah, that give our guys black eyes. So Stacy Langford is going to be fighting for us pretty soon, and she's one of the toughest chicks I know, and she's very self-conscious about how good she is, but only because she trains with some really high-level guys, and we put it on her. But we throw her in there with a girl her weight or a little bit heavier, and it's like a lion fighting a gazelle. It's ridiculous. So.
Well, you're doing a lot of great things here at Fearless, and I'm glad that this was my sort of breakout.
Yeah.
To come out and see your gym and see your athletes here, and I appreciate everything that you're doing. I know you've got a ton of stuff coming up. We're going to follow you. You got your fight coming up with Front Street Fights. Of course, we're going to follow you on that. And again, Darrell, thank you for your time. I've always appreciated who you are and what you're all about. Until next time, we'll catch you later.
Yeah, a couple things really quick. I want to thank sparring partners Aiden Escataki, Tyler Freeland, Manuel Lopez, Tommy Turner. Vince Morales is another guy who comes in here and puts it on me. Dalton Law, Christopher Brankridge, and Stacy Langford and all of my Fearless family. I'd also like to thank Chris Reyna, who's been a really good friend of mine and one of my mentors, a guy I look up to a lot, and my striking coach. I'd also like to thank Mitch Coates, who's helped me out a lot with my growth in jiu-jitsu. And I'd like to thank my sponsors, Combat Fight Gear, Elite Wireless, my sponsors, Wicked Ink, that does all my sick ink on my arms.
Yeah, you got some new ones.
Oh yeah, I'm getting covered, man. My guy also, he's my artist, and the guy's just incredible. The stuff that he puts on skin is amazing. And also, I'd like to thank Grit Mouth Guards for keeping my teeth pretty, because my smile is how I get to fights, and I look good on posters. That's why I get fights. Also, I'd like to thank Ronin Sports Management, my management group. They're doing amazing things for me, and 2015 couldn't be more of a good year for me. So thank you, Doug. I'd like to thank Idaho MMA and everybody involved with this fight scene into 208. I love you guys all, and if anybody gets a chance and you guys want to stop in at Fearless MMA, we're located at 103 12th Avenue North, Nampa, Idaho. Come check us out. It's an awesome gym, great family oriented, and it's a good place to train.
Thanks again, Darrell. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Doug.